everyone, my name is Shelby. I wanted to make a video basically going over everything I've crocheted. Basically, I've done a lot and I want to document it. So I tried my absolute best to go over everything, find everything that I did, but I know for a fact there are things that I have forgotten about or are in my house, but I don't know where, and I probably won't remember them until I see them. So they might not be on this list, and they might pop up sometime in the future and be like, oh yeah, I crocheted that in 2023. So I'm pretty sure this isn't my first ever crochet piece, but it's the first crochet piece that I posted on my Instagram story thing on your profile. Like if I go through that, that's where I found out everything, because I know there's things I haven't posted. I have things here that I haven't posted. But the first thing I did, and it is full of hair, I made this little panel boob tube thing out of acrylic black yarn. It was obviously like the cheapest acrylic yarn that I could get because I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, it's full of hair, cat hair mostly, because I have a ginger cat and his hair just stands out on everything that I own. But yeah, what is it actually? I think it's single crochet, so it's just single crochet panel and then ties that crisscross along the back but also go over your shoulder. And I'll post a picture of it on here as well of me wearing it. I think I mostly did a video, but I also gave this to my sister because I thought, I'm not gonna wear this, she might wear this. She did not wear it. So I took it back because I was like, it's for like one of my first pieces, I'll keep it. But the second piece of clothing that I did, I don't know what to call these. They're like bralette things. It has marks on it. I haven't washed it because I don't wear it. I tried it on a couple of times. I gave it to my sister as well, but she also didn't wear it. And that's fair because it's acrylic yarn. It's not the most supportive, but it's cute. I'm proud of it. For like a second piece, it was cute, and I'll try and find a picture of me wearing that. Archie. Anyway, this is my second piece. I love the color. It's like one of my favorite colors, or my favorite color. So yeah, that was these two things. He's just gonna be in the way now. He's trying to lay on my stuff. Okay. I don't know that I made anything else in that first year that was clothing. I have other things, but it's with cotton yarn, and I'm gonna assume that was the year after because that wasn't in my Instagram, so all of that's gonna be after. However, there is one other piece of clothing that I did that I was like, this is my main thing, this is gonna be sick, it's gonna be my favorite thing ever. I feel like everyone's been through this at least once when they've crocheted. But I made a patchwork cardigan. You know, it was the craze. It was a whole thing. Is it finished? Technically no. It should be in the WIP pile, the work in progress, the dropped projects pile, because I gave up. I spent so much time as a new person to crochet. I spent so much time crocheting these single crochet? No. Yeah? You'd think I'd be able to tell. No, I think this is a single crochet. I think these are single crochets anyway. But I did use different yarns. I used different acrylic yarns and some really cheap acrylic yarn that doesn't feel all that great. And some of them were slightly different. I made so many squares. I tried it on when it was all together and I was like, I think it'll be fine. No, it's too small. Like, it's too small for me. It's like a cropped thing, and also just generally I don't like fitted clothing, and this is too fitted for me. Like, it's too tight. It doesn't look tight, but what I'm saying is I need it baggier. It's like kind of baggy. It's like an awkward baggy, and I don't like that. But also the construction of it, like the way that I put things together, it just looks too puffy. Like, it's like poofy and around the edges, and I think that's just the way that I put it together. I don't think I would do it the same way. And I honestly gave up when I got to the ribbing, because I was like, I'm not gonna wear this and I'm wasting all my time. I really should probably just finish it so I can say I finished it. I consider this finished because it took so much effort and time that I'm not willing to just not consider it a piece that I finished. But yeah, I made a cute little heart one. That was I guess that was my first time doing like a tapestry type thing. It's not good, but it's there, it exists in time. That's like 3 pieces of clothing that I did in my first year, and it's fine, it's good for my first time. I've just seen the other piece of clothing that I completely forgot about and I found earlier. I wanted to make something like pants, right, or a skirt or shorts, and I was like, I'm gonna make a skirt, and I found this. I think everyone's seen this freaking skirt. I'm gonna post a picture of it. I don't know who the pattern maker, I'll try and find them, but I was like obsessed. I was like, I need that skirt. And again, with my lack of knowledge, didn't know what I was doing. I ended up with this. Yeah, so many problems with this skirt. I honestly don't even want to try it on to remind myself of the problems, but I remember spending so long on this because it's just back and forth. I think it's double crochet. It still took me forever, but it's just like a pant, like a mini skirt, and then on the edges it was supposed to be like open up the side. It didn't turn out good at all. I honestly was like, I finished it and I was like, no, putting that away forever. And I did. I put it away forever, and I did not see it ever again until recently when I was going through all of my stuff to try and find anything that I might have missed, and I missed this because I don't want to see it. It's awful. And if I were to redo it, I would do it with way thinner yarn. We're gonna like forget about this. She had her time and she failed me. Moving on to like little bits and bobs and pieces. I made a lot of things. I think that this is the first amigurumi type thing that I made, and it's this little frog guy, and actually really impressed with it because I think it's really cute. I see it all the time on my shelf and I'm like, you know what, you're actually really cute. And this was like one of my first things I think that I made. I think it was like this yarn, actually, this Hayfield bonus DK type of yarn. I just found a bunch of that and I was like, where did you come from? So one of the next things that I posted about was a scrunchie, and I gave that to my mum because my mum ties her hair up every day and I don't really wear scrunchies, but I really wanted to make one. So I made her a scrunchie. Here's a picture. Don't know if she still has it, don't think she uses it, but that's okay. There was one time I went home for like a weekend or so, and oh my god, did I crochet. I crocheted so much. I took back like a suitcase of yarn, honestly. I also got my first like knitting needles because my nana gave my mom this like thing of knitting needles, which I think I might have given back because I think she wanted them back, but they were super old and I wanted to see if I could maybe use them. I can't use normal knitting needles. I need those in the round ones. I don't like it otherwise. She had this spare yarn in the case. Like there was yarn in the case and it's really old yarn, but it was like a yellowish color. And I was like, ooh, I could just like add the green and the red and make coasters. So I made my mom those coasters. Here's a picture. I don't have them, but they're like, yeah, they go into a pot and then you can pull them out and put them down. Honestly, I worked those up so fast. I shocked myself. I was like, how did I just make this many coasters in like a couple hours or something? So I did that, was really proud of it. I feel like they're just like dust magnets, so I'm assuming, you know, maybe they don't use them anymore. And then the other thing that I don't have, I don't know, I think I might have given it away because I'm not gonna wear it, but I got white cotton yarn and I was like, I want to make a bandana. Yeah, one of those hair bandana things. Anyway, here's a picture. I also made that at the same time, super fast. And then I was gonna give it to my nana. I made it way too big. My head isn't exactly small, but my nana's head is small, and she tried it on and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work. So I kept it, and then I think I might have given it away to someone, not sure. But the other thing that I do have that I made that weekend, it again is full of hair, but we like to occasionally like go to the woods and take the dog for a walk and walk through the woods. And I was like, oh my god, I want to be a little fairy witch person and like collect things and like have a little pouch. But I made this little pouch bag, and honestly, I was obsessed with it. Again, favorite color, actually more my favorite color than that color. But it's this adorable, like, kind of like a granny square pattern crochet pouch. It has no lining, so as you could imagine, not like the best. But it hung kind of cute, like it hung down my side cute. And this is like how long this strap is. It was very cute. I didn't attach it very well, but it holds. I even tied this bit because it was a little too long. And then it has a drawstring, which is definitely coming out because I don't use this. But I was really happy with it. I was happy that I made it. And I definitely used it on the walk. But it's so cute. I love it. If it had lining, and I think I would like to change this. This is a win for me. This one was a win. It's not that hard, but I did it so fast and I really liked it. Bag. Where the frick is that bag? Oh boy, I don't know if I have that bag. I threw it. I just realized. Crap. Anyway, I made this bag. This really cool bag. I loved it. It was a sun and a moon bag. It was a pattern. I'll have to find the pattern. I finished that and I was like, this is awesome. And I definitely used it a couple of times. I'll find pictures of where I used it, but I would have liked it to be a little bit bigger and sturdier if I had maybe made it out of something more sturdy, like a cotton, and had a lining in it. Would have been great. Unfortunately, we were cleaning up here the other day, my friend, and she was like, what do you want to do with this? And I was like, it's actually falling apart. Like, I have regrets. I'm an idiot. I didn't even think about it. I was just in the moment for cleaning and I was like, I think I want to throw it because it's no use to me anymore. Dang, I did. I think I threw it. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Oh my god, so stupid. Anyway, I took the charm off it because I was like, that's a cute charm, keeping that. Because I added this little like pink charm on it. That's in the bin now. That's really unfortunate. Actually, I could have just taken it apart. I thought it was ruined. I was like, yeah, it's literally like ripping apart. Like, it's not sealed properly, and even the actual square itself was like coming apart, and I was like, eh. So I never used it again, and now it's not here. I'm sorry, that's triggering because that's such a waste of yarn. My bad. I made this little cat hat for my cat. He will not keep this on, obviously. I'm not gonna force him to, but it was really fun to make. And this little bit goes around his neck, and then his little ears come through here. I just wanted him to look really cute with his orange fur and his like green hat. That'd have been so cute. I made my friend one of these too for her birthday, I think. And I also made her a pumpkin, which I think she liked. It's like a cat pumpkin. I don't know if I followed the pattern for that or not. I feel like I might have just winged that. Next thing I made was I think it was my first hat. I think before that I had made like, I tried to make, what are they called? Hats. Bucket hats. I tried to make a bucket hat. Worst thing that's ever existed. It was like a flat, it was like the war helmets that like go like this. It was not good. That's gone. It was acrylic yarn, acrylic black yarn, and let's not talk about that ever again. Anyway, I can redeem myself later with those, but at that time my first like beanie was a two-tone beanie. I believe this was my first one. I have pictures of it. I gave it to my partner because I was like, you'll probably wear this, I'm never gonna wear this, but he seemed to like it, so that's his now. But it was really cute. I loved the two-tone. It just didn't go with anything that I wore, and it wasn't tight enough. The next thing that I made that I do not have, but is a picture of my cute little baby niece, Alora. I tried to make her a blanket and I ran out of yarn, and I was like, you know what? You're just a little itty bitty baby. You could have this little itty bitty blanket. And I just gave her that because I was at home at the time. So I was like, you can have this. And pictures, adorableness. It was really cute. I loved the actual blanket. But unfortunately, that was the first one. We moved past that. It was basically just a bit of, it was like a tiny little tea towel almost. Yeah. If I were to assume anything else was made in that time, I would assume that this was made in 2023. I found this, I don't know when I did it, but I think it was 2023. I made one of those little garland things. It's really cute. Acrylic yarn again, same type of yarn, but it is really cute. I just like, I don't know where to put it, so I guess I didn't use it. And then I made another one where I was like, I could give this to like a kid or, you know, whatever, but I feel like I made this for my niece actually, but it's another garland and it has flowers. Maybe one of the first times I used cotton, I'm not really sure. But yeah, there's also flowers. I definitely followed a pattern for this. Let me try and find this one as well. I have these other things that I think I made in 2024, and I want to talk about them because they're awesome, but I'll leave that for a different video. But yeah, that was everything that I think I made in 2023. These are the things that I actually like finished, ignoring that this isn't actually finished, but we're gonna count it. I guess next I'll show you 2024, and if you want to see what I made in my second year, as well as knitting, because I definitely did knitting in that year, please follow, subscribe. But yeah, let me know what you think. Have a good day.